Good afternoon, my friends. This is once again Srinder. Going to discuss beyond the inclusive possibility, understanding human trafficking in the unexplored directions. My first volume, I've discussed about the typology of human trafficking and different triggers at the back of it, such as socio-legal triggers, political triggers, social ambience, legal possibilities. What are the triggers at the back of it? The propelling factors, the mechanisms which actually causes human trafficking possibility, and also the typology, what it is, what kind of typology we've discussed that in my past video. This time I just want to talk about one of the social possibility on human trafficking. And this concept I first mentioned, in fact I wrote about it uh, in, in a very elaborative way in one of my recent 2021 publication, which is like concretizing social solidarity during the COVID-19 pandemic and an exploration for Durkheimian mechanical solidarity. It was published in August 2021, and where I discussed about incarnated social facts. So I would like to read out what it is and how they can support in the context of human trafficking, how they can be antithetical and serve as a better mechanism to stand and combat this human trafficking. It says incarnated social facts with distinctive characteristics, particular and precise manners of acting, behaving, thinking, and organizing social actions, manifestations with troubleshooting, rescue, and life maintaining, and promising possibilities and capacities. Incarnated social facts can further be extended as incarnated social actions, incarnated social behaviors, and incarnated social possibilities and manifestations. It is talking about in a social crisis, pathology, emergency, and disaster in action, behavior, collectivity, and fortitude, which can bring order and maintain human life and in human society in a healthy way, and functions as antithetical to social chaos, anarchy, and disorder, can be labeled as incarnated social facts. So this lies, the last stranger, which I've just read out, in a social crisis, pathology, emergency, or a disaster, maybe a debacle or a clutter. Of course, human trafficking, certainly a disaster, certainly a clutter, certainly a social disconnect, a social pathology, and a social, I would say, something which is not compatible in our human society. Ever since the inception of human society, this is not something accepted. And it talks about, incarnated social facts, fortitude in social action, behavior, collectivity, fortitude which can bring order and maintain human life and human society in a healthy way, and functions as antithetical to social chaos, anarchy, disorder. They can be called as incarnated social facts. So, certainly, in the context of human trafficking, we need various types of social actions, behaviors, manifestations, people coming together, such as like social activists, environmentalists, politicians, economists, legal experts, police, even the lay people, the members of our community, maybe any dimension they are working. They may be spiritual practitioners, they may be just social practitioners, they may be just lay people, minding their own businesses. They are not into some sort of expertise and other things, but people have to combine and club up as, team up together to such kind of a notorious and sinister, dubious social practice, such as like human trafficking I'm talking about. So we need incarnated social possibilities, incarnated social manifestations, incarnated social behaviors, which can certainly be incarnated in human society against specific problems such as human trafficking. This is a specific problem, has to be dealt very in a very concrete way, in a very solid way, in a very I would say authentic way, where certain mechanisms have to be developed in all possible dimensions. Antithetical mechanisms in social dimension, and antithetical mechanisms in economic, antithetical mechanisms in political. Overall ambience has to be equipped, has to be prepared to combat and pacify human trafficking. So this is the reason I felt an urgency and a desperate need to mention incarnated social behaviors, and the same have been mentioned in my research paper, which is in the pipeline, shortly going to be published. I'll roll it across once it is published. So I feel this is relevant, this is context based, and it has a context, it has a necessity here to be mentioned. So we need to understand what are our incarnated social behaviors, manifestations, and actions, so that together we can develop antithetical mechanism against human trafficking. Thanks a lot. Hope I've made some points relevant. This is Dr. Surendra Kumar.